My husband had 2 strokes. He was only in his early 60s. Then I became his full-time primary carer. Was I prepared for this? Awful as it may sound, I thought, well, we do have wills in place. We'd both made wills long ago. So I knew that was okay. People, as they plan for the future, need to also have access to a list of the things that they have to do. I drew up a list and it was pages long. You just don't realise how many things you have to attend to. And the utilities bring most problems if those utilities are in the husband's name and the husband is the one that's had the stroke or the problem. The wife has no power to deal with those organisations unless she has a power of attorney in place. The power of attorney that I had was luckily enduring power of attorney, but we didn't have in place anything about guardianship, and I didn't actually think it was desperately necessary at that stage. But some 9 years later, as Bill was getting worse physically, he also started to display the first signs of dementia. The enduring guardianship was a very important document to have because it enabled me to have some say in accommodation such as nursing homes or respite, and also medication and things like that. And they said he will be going to the first nursing home that we have on the list with an available bed. And I was able to say, oh no, you won't. I want him to go to one close to home. Without that piece of paper, I would have had no say in where he was going to go. And so that made such a difference. It's very hard to try and say just how you feel about it. It's something he's going to have to experience. But if you can be prepared as well and understand what the person you're caring for really wants, it makes it easier to concentrate on saying the special things that you want to say to each other and not worrying about, oh, what's going to happen if? Because you can just concentrate one-on-one on the person that you're caring with. If I was talking to someone and they were a little bit hesitant to have the conversations they really needed to have with their spouse or the loved one or their children, I would say that I understood exactly where they're coming from, because they're not easy things to talk about, but they are essential. So you need to find the time and the way to actually have those discussions long before you need to. And how would you ever talk to someone who was desperately ill and say, you haven't got a will, you've got to sign this? You can't. You can't. So plan ahead. Plan ahead.